Hello and welcome to my review of this Molong backlight mechanical LED wired 867 keyboard. This is a mechanical keyboard which I've had the pleasure of experiencing for about a week now. So I'll discuss why I bought it, which is kind of showing on screen right now, and also I'll share my experience with what I've had with this so far and also any problems that I've had with it. Right, so first thing is first, the reason I got it was because this Logitech K750, which I've had for about 2.5 to 3 years, has unfortunately come to the end of its life. As you can see, there's a big crack up here, and that is a very unfortunate accident that I've had with it. Basically, it dropped, it smashed, and it was not pretty. It works, but unfortunately the charge doesn't hold very long. Right, so this new mechanical keyboard, as you can see here, it is actually wired, so that is something to note, and just trying to not shake the camera as much as possible because it is a bit shaky with my stand. As you can see here, it is a very small compact keyboard. Just to show again the size, the K750 is a full-size keyboard, so as you can see this pad here is completely gone, which personally does not bother me since I do not use it anyways, and obviously this is a gaming keyboard, or rather just a high quality mechanical keyboard, so in reality you're probably not going to need that pad at all. Now, in the name, you might see that this says backlight. Yes, there is a backlight. There's actually several backlight features, which I must say is not RGB. There's several colors, but it's not RGB, meaning that you cannot change the color of the keys. Or at least I didn't figure it out yet. Maybe there is. I honestly, I don't believe so, but that's my experience. So let's just show a few of them. So you have to hold down a fen, and as you can see, I have one of the features right now. I'll actually show it while it's already there. So basically, every time you click a key, it will radiate outwards from that, and you can see a bunch of different colors. They are all the same colors every time. So let's say the row, this row here is actually a green row, and so on. So let's move on to some of the different functions. I think this one up here will do this funky little dance. It's pretty cool. It's not something you'd have all the time. Maybe when you're away from the keyboard, just to kind of show off, maybe in a video or to your friends or something like that. You have also this one, which is like a glow. It doesn't show great right now because we are in daylight, but in the night, trust me, this looks amazingly cool, and I might try to sneak in a few pictures as well, just to show how exactly this looks later on in the video, maybe at the end of the video, so keep tuned. So here we go, we have this as well. It's kind of another one, a wavy radiating pattern. Again, as you can see, the colors are not RGB, they are stuck to what they are, and that's pretty much it. Right. Clicking that again will change the pattern. So as you can see here now, only the wave is lighting, and that's the full wave with the background as well. Then we have this pattern, which it looks like it's flashing, but I just would like to assure you it's not flashing. Just out of focus there a little bit. It's not flashing. It is basically it's very slowly pulsing. I don't know why it looks like it's flashing on the actual video. It's not. And then if you click it a second time, actually that looks like it's just one feature there. Okay, next one is as you can see here, it's this one that radiates out. Clicking it again, there was a different feature here. I can't remember how to do it though. Right, and delete one is like this. It is again pulsing. It's like a pulse and a wave. It moves in that direction. Again, it's not very visible right now. And then the last one is just a full glow. So if you just want to leave it on glowing, if for example it annoys you that it glows a lot or moves a lot, then that's how you might want it. Or of course you could turn it off. Now this one, the end button with FN is actually to turn it off, and then the other one this is a weird one. I don't actually like this one. It's a bit strange. Basically whatever you click, it either turns on or off. It's a bit of a strange one. I don't know why this is there. Oh yes, and this one is actually a cool one. I like this one a lot in the daytime because it basically it only lights up for just a moment when you click the button. Now that's pretty much it for the lighting. It's obviously a very attractive feature of the keyboard. Doesn't really add value in terms of the performance of it, because obviously this is the purpose of this keyboard is to be mechanical. Now a quick note, the cable is a braided cable. It comes with quite a long cable. I think it's about 2 meters or so. I had no problems with it. It seems to be a very sturdy quality. The edge here is a rubber type edge, so it's not going to be bending too much. You know, it'll be a bit longer longevity in it. Next we have the actual keyboard itself. Front, this is like a metal handrest thing because the keyboard is quite high. I'll show you in just a few moments there. This side, alright. So you can see here it is quite a high keyboard, but it is angled. It's kind of hard to show with the camera angle like this, but there you go. That's about as good as it'll get. And you'll see that this is like a handrest. It might appear uncomfortable in terms of, you know, how you use it here, but actually this does not catch onto your skin in any way. It's very, very well smoothed out, so there's nothing, no rough edges, no nothing. So definitely a big thumbs up for that. So at the time of making this video, this keyboard was £50. That's what I paid for it. And I don't know if it'll be dropping it or rising anytime soon. I don't believe it was on a promotion. I know you can get other mechanical keyboards for less, you can get them for more, but I just thought I would share my opinion of this one. Now, in terms of the media buttons, you will see there's several of them here. These are actually quite handy. So for example, that brings up your My Computer page, that brings your internet browser, calculator, whatever music app is set as your default. Also very handy, and obviously the music controls as well. These can be controlled quite easily as well with the FN button. You can obviously also, I forgot to mention this earlier, so let's just turn on one of the, let's just do, which one is the full one again? Yeah, this is the full one. No, this is the glowing. Yeah, this is the problem with the, there we go, that's the full one. So just to not forget as well, you do have the option of, actually that controls volume, but if you do this, you can actually tone it down a little bit. So let's say in the night, if it's too bright, you can tone it down. It doesn't look that much, but you can definitely make it out on the video that it does get a little bit less bright, and then eventually turns off. Now, one thing that is a big seller, I know some keyboards don't include them these days, is this lighting panel here, which just shows when the caps lock key is on. Also quite useful. In terms of what comes in the box, I will just grab that in a moment. Okay, I've got everything that's in the box at the moment. So you get this big cardboard box. It has the MK47 MK or AK47 MK2. I don't know why that's there. It doesn't seem to be any indication to the keyboard itself. But anyways, it is usually wrapped up in bubble wrap as well, which I'll get to. The keyboard itself inside the package will be wrapped in a thick bubble wrap thing. I don't need to show you that, that's pretty obvious, just to protect it. The one thing that I found a little bit disappointing when I received this was the actual booklets that come with it. So as you can see here, you're going to have a certificate with a quality control pass stamped there. But the problem is that the product warranty and the warranty card are all, I believe that's Chinese. Correct me if I'm wrong if anybody actually understands this language. I'll just try to focus that a little bit there because it doesn't seem to be fully in focus. Yeah, but I don't understand this, and unfortunately I can't make use of any extended warranty past the usual, legal warranty that sellers have to provide you. Then there is a, what is this? This is a quick application guide, which is, it's, yeah, Chinese again. Unfortunately, can't understand that. Then we have a mechanical keyboard routine maintenance guide, which again is pretty handy to have, but unfortunately it's also in Chinese and there's no English inside anywhere other than no smoking. Okay, so that's one of the main disappointing things that I've had so far. Now on the other hand, you also receive this little brush. This little brush, obviously if you want to be brushing in between keys, I'll just bring this down again. And we'll try to focus it because it seems to be out of focus again. Here we go. So you'll see there's a little brush there. It fits perfectly in between the keys. So if you want to be cleaning the keyboard, again, I suppose that's what the routine maintenance guide is for. And lastly, we have this little tool here. I just put it in a brighter area so it can be seen better. This is used for removing the caps. So basically, because they're mechanical keys, they are of better quality and they are also replaceable. Now, I don't know where you're going to get replacement keys for these, to be honest with you, but this is what it looks like from underneath. It just easily pulls off like that. So this is the G key. And just so I don't blind the camera, this is the switch right there. Let's just bring that up a little bit closer. So hold on, I'll just grab this just a little bit better. So it is a little bit clicky. By the way, these are Let me check. These are MX Black keys, which as I'm not an expert in MX mechanical keys. It's not a Cherry MX, by the way. This is one of those Chinese brands. It's an alternative. But hey, I'm not going to complain. It's not a super high price, because Cherry MX keyboards usually are in the range of about £100 or so. But as far as I'm aware, from what I've read, the black ones are the most popular because they provide the least amount of click or something like that, and they're very comfortable to use. And to be honest, certainly in my experience so far, this has been a very, very comfortable experience for the keyboard. Now, one more thing I want to show you is actually the bottom of the keyboard. So let's just twist that around. So this is the bottom of the keyboard. I'm just going to try not to click anything on it because I do have the computer on beside me. Whoops, it's a bit dirty there. Okay, so the bottom of the keyboard has these interesting little designs. So big rubber mats, which is great for anti-slip, and you also have these two sides with two levers on each side. Now these levers seem to fall out a little bit too easy for my liking, but I understand why it has to be like that. It's because the way they actually snap in is, if I can even get it out right now, the way they snap in, oh Jesus, I can't get it out, there we go, right, okay. The way they snap in, it's like the actual thing moves in a little bit and then it snaps back out when it's in position. This kind of prevents it from slipping out underneath the keyboard. Now I don't know if it's going to happen or not in actual real life use, but yeah, this is how they are. So that falls back. You obviously have the medium sized one as well, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it has all the CE marks. It's a Chinese keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard. It's comfortable. It's very pretty, I have to say. The main thing that attracted me to this particular keyboard, because the seller actually has quite a lot of them. I saw some huge ones which are, you know, similar size to the K750, but the one thing that dragged me to this keyboard was the beautifully framed size of it. It is small, it's compact, it doesn't take up half your table, and again it cuts off this half or this third of a keyboard, which personally I never use. I'm used to using the number pad here rather than the side one. I suppose maybe for an accountant or something you might not like it, but then again you should be getting one of those Dell generic keyboards as an accountant anyways. But hey, look, that's my opinion. If I had to rate this one, I would probably give it look, I can't take too much away from the manuals being in Chinese. It is a Chinese keyboard. I would probably give this a 9 or 9.5. Let's just give it a 9.5 because again, I can't take too much away from the warranty cards. Obviously, if something goes wrong, I'll have to get back onto the seller and say, hey, this is broken or something like that. But other than that, it is quite a good product, and I'm sure that the seller can support with warranty questions and all that. All right, in terms of writing on the keyboard, I think that it's definitely quite comfortable. I'm still getting used to it because, to be honest, obviously moving from a very low key such as the K750, it's like a laptop keyboard, so it feels a little bit different. But here, let's say, for example, hello, my name, oh my god, I can't type, is Andrew. As you can hear, I'm sure it's audible on the camera as well. It is a little bit clicky, so like a mechanical keyboard, it's going to be a lot louder than a membrane keyboard such as the K750. But at the same time, that's something that most gamers don't care about. It is obviously, of course, about the responsiveness and, of course, the anti-ghosting, as they call it, capabilities that the keyboard has. This is definitely something that I have noticed. There's definitely no lag of any sort. You can click as many keys as you'd like without having any interference at all between them. So definitely a huge thing for the keyboard to have, and obviously very important for gamers who, for example, might click shift, left, up, maybe space at the same time, and all those kind of things. So definitely a worthy thing to note about the keyboard itself. And again, obviously the keyboard a little bit louder, very comfortable to type on, but I suppose that's what you pay for when you're buying mechanical. Obviously, if you were to go for a mechanical red or something like that, you're going to have a lot more click sounds off it just because it is that type of keyboard. So again, hello, my name is Andrew. And yeah, you can probably hear that just to kind of demonstrate what it sounds like. And we'll just end this with a bit of a, oh, not that one. There we go. Little light show. So thank you for checking out my guide. I hope this has been helpful for you guys, and if you do have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will respond as soon as possible. I'll also leave you with some images of the item in the night. That way you have a better understanding of how this looks like when the keyboard is lighting in darkness. Take care. This one where you just press a key and it radiates out, it looks pretty cool. Definitely one of the cooler ones, but I think that if you actually are going to be typing on it, then it's going to start just going crazy, as you can see here. It goes pretty crazy. And lastly, the loading screen effect of the lights going around in a circle. Pretty cool. I suppose you could potentially have this when you leave the computer and you want to show off to whoever's in your house, but yeah, that's pretty cool.